Welcome to Greece. This is your chance to join the excitement as the World Rally Championship returns to the classics for the first time since 2009. The Acropolis Rally has been the stage on which rally gods have forged their names. It's a rough, suspension-smashing, tyre-shredding beast of a rally. Win here and instantly become a World Rally hero. Acropolis Rally 2011 is based in Loutraki, 90 kilometres west of the capital Athens. Day one is a true endurance test on the flanks of Mount Kalidromon with a remote service at Kamina Vorla, 245 kilometres from the rally base. Days 2 and 3 will be run closer to Loutraki, including a night stage and the famous Agi Theodori. Our stage of the day is Elatia, the longest of the rally and one where the crews will be desperate not to incur any damage with only the remote service to make any repairs. Our featured driver is Norway's rising star Mads Osberg. The 23-year-old has had to grow up fast this season and will be keen to prove himself. We'll follow his progress closely throughout the weekend. The Acropolis Rally always creates heroes and at the same time wretched victims of tragedy. We'll bring you all the action that determines who falls into which category. The 2011 Acropolis Rally promises to live up to the reputation laid down by its predecessors as the toughest, roughest, most challenging test of the season. World rally car designers strive to build machines that are fast but also reliable. The Acropolis Rally will demand the utmost performance by car and driver alike.
I think this rally now is the worst one that's been for many years in Rally of Greece. So I think puncture, rim, suspension and stuff, a lot of things will happen. So you have to really be a little bit careful.
Some parts of the stage are very rough, and it's proper good old rally Acropolis again.
The most important thing here is to have the rhythm that you can go flat out, but you understand where the rocks are and you back off on those areas, and then when it's good again, then you go flat out again. So it's about this rhythm that you realize that you don't give too much stress for the car in these bad places.
Championship leader and Citroën hero Sebastian Loeb had the biggest crash of his career here in 2009. Will this play on his mind and prove to be his Achilles heel?
No, I don't think to it. Just try to concentrate on my race. It can happen, it's one corner somewhere, but I know where it is, so I shouldn't crash in the same.
Ogier, the young challenger, is desperate for a win here to prove he's recovered from throwing away victory on the final morning for the second time this season at the last round in Argentina.
I have done a stupid mistake and I have lost an important point for the championship, but still everything is possible. We are only at half of the season, still 7 races to go, so I think I have to continue to drive like this, continue to keep this speed, and maybe if I'm a bit more lucky on the second part of the season, I can get more good results.
Ford are the most successful team here at the Acropolis Rally and have won the last 7 out of 10. Mikko was triumphant in 2009 in the super strong Focus, but the new Fiesta has suffered some mechanical issues. It has to perform this weekend if Mikko is to keep Loeb within reach.
The problems we had, we've just been really unlucky, and it can happen any time. And we had a very good test, nothing broke in the test, and I was a little bit, but maybe we were just too lucky in the test that nothing broke. But the car seems to be very strong, so I'm not worried.
After a fantastic second place in Sweden, bad luck and inexperience combined as a wake-up call for our featured driver Mads Osberg. Solid results on the last 2 rounds have put him back in a strong position though.
It was a really good start of the season and a really good start in the Ford, but it's been more tricky after that really, with coming to new events and also some troubles has made the season continuing in a more difficult way really. Now for this event I feel quite good, and I think we have had 2 good results now, so we can stand to push a bit more and maybe take some more risks.
In a bow to past glories and heroes, the ceremonial start took place beneath the awesome Parthenon on the rock of the Acropolis in Athens. Fitting that a location so central to modern civilization hosts the beginning of 3 days of rallying where history will be made again. Our featured driver, Mads Osberg, took every opportunity to soak up the sights and certainly received a warm welcome from the Greek fans. With his 13-point lead in the championship, it's Sebastian Loeb who will lead the cruise away. Hirvonen will be desperate to get back to winning ways, as will Sebastian Ogier, who now trails his teammate by 30 points after his frustrating result in Argentina. Latvala could have also won in South America, but starts the rally fourth in the championship and fourth on the road, with privateer Petter Solberg fifth. Then comes our man, Mads Osberg, and his M Sports Stobart teammate, Matt Wilson. Federico Villagra is eighth on the road, ahead of the returning Kimi Räikkönen and Henning Solberg, who rounds off the top 10 starters. There are plenty of kilometres to get through on this opening day. 6 stages with 141 kilometres of competitive action. But including the road sections in between, there are over 560 to negotiate today. It's a long day ahead for the WRC's finest. To the first challenge of the Rally of Gods then, and the drivers all searching for shade in the already high temperatures. Osberg making some last-minute checks. The Norwegian adjusting his tyre pressures in the road section on the way to stage 1. And the 23.5 kilometres of Thiva make for a spectacular return to the Acropolis. Championship leader Sebastian Loeb is under starters' orders. The Citroën Total Star is away into stage 1, and with 2 Greece wins to his name already, the Frenchman will take some beating this weekend. As ever, he's facing the worst of the loose gravel, and under the heat of the Greek sun, these bone-dry roads are incredibly slippery. Still attacking though, this blisteringly quick start to the rally. A tricky start for Seb then. Let's see if his closest championship challenger, Mikko Hirvonen, can take advantage. Real kicker of a jump there for Mikko. There is some quick stuff in Thiva, but the Acropolis is also renowned for rough, tough roads like this, and the first rocky test for Mikko in the Ford Fiesta RS. Sebastian Ogier is also on his way into the stage, and it's really tight and twisty in this downhill section. The Frenchman will be desperate to respond after his nightmare finish to Argentina. But he's not entirely happy with his setup early on in Greece. Latvala too could have won in South America. Away into stage 1, and despite coming close on a number of occasions, the Finn has still yet to claim the win that his pace deserves in 2011. Another Ford man is looking quick again early on in Greece. Also spectacular over the jump, but Petter Solberg is also on a flyer. The 2004 Acropolis rally winner is absolutely on it in the opening stage.
6 left.
The Norwegian is fastest through so far, beating all 4 works drivers in the process. Solberg's compatriot Mads Osberg is back at the stage start, and our featured driver is away into the 23 kilometres of Thiva. Osberg's co-driver Jonas Andersson had his pace notes stolen in the UK on the way to the rally, so far from ideal preparation for the pair. But Mads really attacking over the jump, and this is the Norwegian's 3rd attempt at the Acropolis, and that experience will be crucial on these challenging roads. He's really working hard to make his cleaner line count, running 6th on the road. He should have more grip than the leading cars. He's through in a time 7.5 seconds slower than early leader Petter Solberg.
Jonas' bag was stolen on the way to this rally, so we lost all the pace notes for the event, so we've had to make everything new again, so brand new pace notes on all stages.
Further back though, 2 of Mads' M Sports Stobart teammates have made an even better start in stage 1. Matt Wilson is 4th fastest in Thiva, just over 6 seconds slower than Petter. And the returning Evgeny Novikov is even quicker. Slightly crossed up over the jump, but the Russian is third fastest. Novikov just 5.3 seconds behind early leader Solberg, with Latvala in the runner-up spot, just half a second slower than Petter. Hirvonen's fifth, Ogier sixth, and Loeb in a lowly 8th position after stage 1. It has been an intriguing start in the Greek sunshine, and there is plenty more to come. After the break is our stage of the day and the longest test of the whole rally, the 39 kilometres on Elatea. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Greece, where the legendary Acropolis rally is about to move on to one of the toughest challenges of the weekend. The Elatea test is our stage of the day. At 39 kilometres, this is the longest stage of the rally, starting with a fast uphill climb. It then narrows out for a series of tight downhill hairpins towards the finish. It's going to be tough on man and machine, and championship leader Sebastian Loeb is already on his way. Loeb really struggled on the opening stage as the first car on the road. And with only one of the first day's 6 stages repeated, Seb is going to be sweeping away loose gravel for much of this first leg. Our stage of the day is already looking like a big challenge for the 7-time world champion. Seb's closest challenger in the title race is Mikko Hirvonen. And the Finn has made a solid start to a rally he won 2 years ago. Well, there are some sections where Mikko can keep his foot to the floor. There is a lot of rough stuff around in here as well. Hirvonen will have to opt for caution as well at times. Mikko's teammate and compatriot Latvala has made a scorching getaway under the Greek sun. He's one of a number of drivers who've taken on the Elatea stage before. It hasn't been used since 2005. And Jari-Matti really has pedal to the metal in here. As was the case in stage 1, however, there is one man who's even quicker, and again, it's former world champion Petter Solberg. The Norwegian has more experience of the Greek roads than any of his rivals and has always gone well in his 10 previous Acropolis outings. Petter and co-driver Chris Patterson are setting a stunning pace again. Using our WRC stage simulator, we can compare Solberg's pace with his rivals as though they'd started at the same time. Approaching the split time after 21.7 kilometres, Petter is already several car lengths ahead of everyone else. Hirvonen's closest, but he's already 6.6 seconds behind at that point. Up ahead in the stage, Loeb is tackling the technical descent towards the finish now. He's got a problem with his instrument panel at the end of the stage, though. The screen that keeps him informed of his in-car telemetry has gone completely blank. Doesn't seem to have affected the car's mechanics, but it's a worrying moment for the Citroën man.
I lost all the pages. Maybe 5 kilometers from the end, and but except of that, it was okay. The car seems to be okay. Maybe we have not all the information for the steering wheel sensor and everything. I don't know. We will do a reset and we'll see how it goes.
It's actually Latvala who's been the quickest of the early runners, but rally leader Petter Solberg has continued to set an incredible pace. But how will he compare to Latvala? This is going to be very quick.
6 left on the first half long, 6 right, 5 left, tightens 3, tightens 2.
Wow, what a time from Petter, almost 20 seconds quicker than Jari-Matti. That's one of the finest drives we've seen from the Norwegian in recent years. Well, following Petter into the stage is his compatriot and our featured driver Mads Osberg. Did see a slightly cautious approach from the M Sport Stobart man in stage 1, but will he push harder in Elatea? Looking at his in-car telemetry through this technical section, you can really get a sense how tough this rally is on all the car's components. The speeds might not be high, but his Fiesta is taking a battering, but he's maybe pushing a bit too hard. A half spin there for Mads. The Norwegian looking a bit ragged in this challenging stretch of road, and unsurprisingly, his time is off the pace of the leading cars again.
it was really difficult. The tires were overheating so much, and I was just everywhere, really. No confidence in the car, and I was a passenger on this stage, definitely.
Kimi Räikkönen is back behind the wheel of his Citroën DS3 after missing the last two events. The former F1 champion made a steady start in the opening stage, but is beginning to find a good rhythm here in Elatia. Although an impact with the hole nudges his steering slightly offline, it has been a solid start from Kimi. Drama up and down the leaderboard then. Further back, we've also seen another eye-catching getaway from Evgeny Novikov. He's running in third place at the moment.
Mediate right one hard, left one hard, and keep right 3 short, and left one hard, keep right 3 short.
Oh, but that did not sound good. He's hit something and damaged his suspension. Yes, it is game over for the day for Evgeny and new co-driver Denis Girardet. It's another disappointing end to a promising start. Well, after that eventful stage of the day, Novikov's retirement has seen Hirvonen replace the Russian in third place, with Loeb and Ogier also moving up. At the front, though, Petter Solberg's incredible time has seen him pull out a lead of more than 20 seconds on Latvala. With the day one stages a big distance away from Loutraki, there's only a remote service stop to make running repairs. The drivers can get a well-earned break, though, and for Petter Solberg, it's been the perfect start.
It's good to have a lead like that, but you know, I'm quite surprised with my time, since it's cleaning for the guys around me also, but overall I'm very pleased with it, you know. The next stage is quite rough, and it's not the stage to go absolutely flat out on, so maybe I have a chance to maybe be a little bit more careful now, you know, on that stage. And the next two after that, yeah, I can start to push a little bit again, so we have to be careful. It's a long rally and a rough one, so we will see.
Over at the Citroën Works team, there is that electronic glitch to sort out following the broken display panel in Loeb's DS3, while second place Latvala has other concerns.
I was a bit struggling. I have done that stage 8 years ago last time, and it was very difficult in the recce, and I didn't get the rhythm, and Petter was incredible quick there, so I lost quite a lot of time.
Are you surprised with Petter's time? What's he doing so differently on stage?
He's not hesitating. He goes with his note. I was hesitating quite a lot. That's where it's coming from, I think.
With the cars all patched up and the drivers rested after that brutal opening pair of stages, it's not long before the crews are back into action. Sebastian Loeb's control panel has been fixed, although he's been struggling in his familiar role as road sweeper on the opening 2 stages, and now has the roughest test of the rally to get through in the 18 kilometres of stage 3. Oh, but a big moment on that slippery patch of mud, and Loeb completely off the road briefly. There has been a lot of rain in the build-up to the rally, so these muddy patches weren't around when the stages were recce'd. Loeb, a very lucky boy there.
But it was one very tricky place. I have a fast left, we arrive in 6th gear over crest, and a left in 5th, full of mud. And we went out in the field, not far. Just a little bit. I think it will not be a lot of driver who stays on the road there.
The muddy stage 3 might actually have helped the Frenchman, though, with less loose gravel around to sweep. On this occasion, the Fords of Hirvonen and Latvala can't match the world champion, although they are quicker again in the dry at stage 4. And Latvala safely through the same point. At the moment, there is just no catching Petter Solberg.
36 left minus half long tights a little, opens to keep right over crest, 6 left minus half long tights, keep very over crest, 4 right tights, 2 minus tights, sorry.
Oh, and a big moment for Petter as well. Apology there from co-driver Chris Patterson, maybe a pace note error. He has survived that though, and has still won every stage so far. Our featured driver Mads Osberg, meanwhile, might not be matching the speed of the top 5 at the moment, but he is once again the best of the rest in 6th place. He's damaged his engine slightly after hitting a rock in stage 3 and is running down on power. Oh, but that engine problem is the least of his worries now. A big off for our featured driver. And Mads clearly not going anywhere.
We lost the power steering and just on the entry of the corner up there, and I couldn't correct the slide I had through the corner, and was just working myself down here and couldn't get straighten the car up, and we touched the bank up there, and it's just off we went.
Back in the stage is Kimi Räikkönen, and he is another driver to have a very wild moment on the mud. He is, though, up to 8th place on the leaderboard. So no Osberg in the top 10. His compatriot Henning Solberg replaces him in 6th, while up front it's still Henning's brother Petter who leads the way. After winning every stage so far, the Citroën Privateer has an advantage of 28.6 seconds over Latvala. There are still 48 more kilometres to survive on day 1, though. It's been a fantastic day for Solberg so far. Stay with us to see if he can increase his lead. Welcome back to Greece. We'll get back to the front runners shortly, but first a roundup of the leading support championship. The brutal roads of the Acropolis are also hosting the 4th round of the Super 2000 category in what's proving to be an incredibly competitive series in 2011. Nasser Al-Attiyah has not had the results that his pace has deserved on his opening 3 rounds, and while the Qatari star was again the quickest out of the blocks when he won stage 1 here in Greece, how a steering failure ultimately saw the Ford driver slip down the order. Replacing Nasser in the top spot was the runaway winner of the previous round in Italy, Oyt Tanak. The young Estonian's team is run by his country's most successful rally driver, Marko Martin, and his mentor would be proud of Tanak's composed driving throughout the afternoon. In second place at the end of the opening day is Juho Hänninen. The Finnish star survived a scare when he hit a rock and bent his steering in stage 2, and he's pushed hard all day to keep the pressure on the rally leader. Bernardo Sousa claimed a surprise victory 2 rounds back in Jordan, and the Portuguese national champion is on course to claim another podium finish, running in a strong 3rd place. For now, though, Tanak's rise to prominence continues. With 3 stage wins out of the 5 run today, the Ford Fiesta driver is the man to beat in the SWRC as we head into day 2. Tanak's advantage at the end of the day is more than 29 seconds over Hänninen, with Sousa a further minute behind. Al-Attiyah had begun to fight back, but the Qatari then stopped with another mechanical issue in stage 5. Back to the front runners then, and can Petter Solberg maintain this incredible surge of speed? There's been nothing much that the championship leader Sebastian Loeb could do about keeping up with the front runners on this opening day, facing the worst of the loose gravel. His hopes of closing up are further dented by driving on a puncture for the last 10 kilometres of stage 5. Mikko Hirvonen has had a slightly better day than his championship rival, but he is still only a few seconds ahead. It's so close, in fact, that the Finn may want to pull tactics on Loeb as he approaches the end of the final stage. He's already eased off the pace and deliberately falls behind the world champion in order to give himself a better road position for day 2. Ogier claimed his first fastest time of the rally in stage 5, moving up to 3rd. But in 6, he too is pulling tactics on his teammate. Citroën's second driver also backs off at the end of the stage and slips back behind Loeb and Hirvonen. Jari-Matti Latvala, meanwhile, is still doing his best to stay in touch with the runaway leader Solberg. But there is another problem here for the Finn with broken front differential from the start of the final stage. He's only got 2-wheel drive and is losing a lot of time. It's yet another devastating blow for the 25-year-old. His wretched run of luck continues. Jari-Matti does the honourable thing and pulls over to allow the rally leader to get past. And the sight of Latvala's car limping through the stage means Solberg will end the day with a huge lead. It's been a faultless drive from the former world champion, and while there is still a long way to go in this rally, with a lead of more than 50 seconds, Petter has given himself an incredible opportunity to claim his first victory for 6 years.
You do have a 51.6 second lead going into tomorrow.
How much?
51. The other boys backed off.
Okay. Why?
We don't know. I think they've made a mistake, but they have backed off and they've given you 51-second lead.
So the surprise Solberg's lead stands at almost a minute over Loeb at the end of the first day. Kiervan and Ogier are both within 6 seconds of the world champion after dropping back, while Latvala's nightmare run in stage 6 sees him plummet down to 8th. What a day it's been for Petter Solberg, with one of the best drives in recent years from the Norwegian. He has a real chance of winning in Greece for the second time. Has he done enough? Well, you can keep an eye on his day 2 progress as it happens on WRC.com. And make sure you join us again tomorrow for all the best action from the second day.